It was year 492 BCE when Persian king Darius I sent his son-in-law and general Mardonius to attack Greece. Persians take control of Thrace and Macedonia. At the same time, India was going in a massive change. After killing his father Bimbisar, Ajatshatru of Haryanka dynasty takes control of Magadha and writes a new history of Magadha involving it with constant warfare. In this video, we will talk about 𝐭 and how he became Ajatshatru, which means one whose enemy has never been born, the one who is already victorious. There are many stories about Ajatshatru's birth. According to Buddhist tradition, Bimbisar married to 𝐭𝐡𝐢𝐬, the daughter of King Mahakoshal of Koshal kingdom, and her son is Ajatshatru. However, according to Jain tradition, Ajatshatru was born to Bimbisar's second wife Chelena, the daughter of Chetak of Licchavis of the Vriji confederation. There is a story that when Princess Chelena was born, a sage predicted that she will give birth to a son who will kill his own father to become king. Also, there is another story that while Chelena was pregnant, she had a dream that her son would be evil and harm his parents. He was named Ajatshatru but was also called as 𝐭. Ajatshatru grew up in Rajgriha under affectionate care of Bimbisar. Bimbisar trained him from very young age in all sorts of warfare, archery as well as politics and diplomacy. He always believed in his son Ajatshatru blindly and never checked on him. When Bimbisar defeats and kills the king Brahmadat of 𝐽𝐤, he appoints Ajatshatru as governor. Ajatshatru thus gained experience in ruling the kingdom and strategic warfare. 𝐭𝐡𝐢𝐬 got Ajatshatru married her niece Vajira, the daughter of King Prasenjit of Kosal. Like father Bimbisar, he expanded Magadha by waging wars or by matrimonial alliances, so he had married other princesses. There is a story as to how Ajatshatru came to throne. Devdutt, a cousin of Gautam Buddha, was very jealous of him as he was highly respected by King Bimbisar. Devdutt wanted to be closer to Bimbisar, so he became a monk by following Buddha. In due course of time, he came closer to Ajatshatru. He misguided and poisoned Ajatshatru's mind against Bimbisar. Thus, Ajatshatru started to feel that 𝐽𝐤 kingdom was too small for him, as now he wanted the whole of Magadha. Devdutt helps Ajatshatru to plan to kill Bimbisar. Bimbisar comes to know about the plan, so he requests not to kill him while Ajatshatru was taking kingdom. Ajatshatru builds prison for the old king Bimbisar, where he was grossly starved and tortured. Bimbisar used to see Buddha going to his stupa through jail window, so he was living happy and longer. That made Ajatshatru angry, and finally he decided to kill him. Administration. Ajatshatru ruled from a capital of Rajgriha. He continued administrative system set up by his father and the army with its 4 divisions of infantry, cavalry, chariots and war elephants. He maintained naval forces after 𝐽𝐤 was fully merged. He fortified city of Rajgriha by huge stone walls covering gap between hills to make it unbreachable and added additional safety in view of long Licchavi campaign. He constructed a fortified city near Ganga at a place called Patligram. Ajatshatru devised 2 new and unique war machines of that time to improve the technique of his attack. One was catapult Mahashilkantaka, which could throw huge stones from its arms against the enemy ranks, and another was chariot-like war machine called Rath Musal, which had swords attached to its wheels. Ajatshatru's war. King Prasenjit felt extremely bad and got enraged on hearing the killing of brother-in-law Bimbisar and sister 𝐭𝐡𝐢𝐬's suicide, so he took Kashi back from Magadha. In retaliation, Ajatshatru attacks 𝐭𝐡𝐢𝐬 and takes Kashi back. The battle between Ajatshatru and Prasenjit witnessed a seesaw of fortunes for both. Once when Ajatshatru was defeated and was caught by Prasenjit, Prasenjit spared his life as he was his nephew and he returned the city of Kashi. However, Prasenjit was soon deposed by his own son who took Kashi back to 𝐭𝐡𝐢𝐬. Ajatshatru again attacked Kosal with his full might. This time he defeated Kosal in absence of Prasenjit. Thus, rich Kosal becomes a part of Magadha. And now his next campaign was with the Vrijis. He turned bolder for expansion by waging wars to win other kingdoms. He was angry at the Licchavis because they were not sharing the content of a jewel mine which was situated at Magadha-Vriji border. Secondly, two of his stepbrothers offended him and took away some of his precious possessions and taken shelter at Vaishali. The war with Vrijis would be costly, as he already knew, because the united Vriji possesses mighty and powerful army. Ajatshatru could not overpower Vrijis even after several attempts with no success. He realized the united Vrijis could never be defeated. That's why he wanted to break their unity. He devised a plan with his most trusted minister named Vasakar. Vasakar went to Vaishali and settled down there and started gaining the trust of Vriji kings. He gradually manipulated and planted the seed of dispute among Vrijis. Their unity was gradually broken as Vasakar continuously ill-fed one against the another with false stories. He attacked Vaishali with his all might on getting a hint from Vasakar that Vrijis have started fighting with each other. Vrijis realized this in the end and united for the last moment, but by that time it was too late. And that is why Ajatshatru defeats them in a long bloody struggle and completely destroys the city of Vaishali. The battle between Vrijis took a long time to settle. It is said that Ajatshatru fought 16 long years from 484 BCE to 468 BCE and merged Vriji into Magadha. Ajatshatru then turned his attention to Avanti kingdom on the southwest of Magadha. Avanti was one of the most powerful kingdoms of that time in Indian subcontinent. Avanti was reigned by Pradyota dynasty. His war with Avanti took a long time. He could not merge a victory over Avanti. The engagement reached a stalemate for a long time, so he established a diplomatic relation to keep harmony with Avanti kingdom. When Patliputra was built, Buddha happens to pass through and praise the city for its beauty. He, however, points out three things: water, fire, and general discord among the people could not prove the detrimental to the city. So his capital remained at Rajgriha. Accounts of Ajatshatru's death differs vastly in Buddhist and Jain tradition. He ruled for 32 years. However, it is generally believed that he was brutally murdered by his own son 𝐦𝐤𝐤 around 460 BCE. The following rulers of Haryanka dynasty after 𝐦𝐤𝐤 too committed patricide by killing their own father. I think in this one, this is exaggerated because it is not necessary that all the Haryanka rulers kill their own fathers. But in any case, this is what the sources tell. After Ajatshatru, 𝐦𝐤𝐤 takes the throne of Magadha. 𝐦𝐤𝐤 ruled Magadha from 460 BCE to 444 BCE. He ruled Magadha by following system of administration and defense as per father and grandfather. Some say Ajatshatru laid the foundation of Patligram, but others say that 𝐦𝐤𝐤 created Patligram or Patliputra. 𝐦𝐤𝐤 shifted Magadha's capital from Rajgriha to Patligram due to its central location. 𝐦𝐤𝐤 knew his father could not conquer Avanti even after many battles, so he campaigns to conquer it. He defeats the Pallaka of Avanti kingdom a number of times, but he could not merge Avanti into Magadha. Purana mentions that finally Pallaka of Avanti killed 𝐦𝐤𝐤 in 444 BCE and placed Nandavardhan as his successor. However, Sri Lankan Buddhist chronicle states that Arunda succeeded him. Jain text mentions that 𝐦𝐤𝐤 was killed by an assassin of rival Avanti kingdom. So after 𝐦𝐤𝐤, Arunda came to throne and he ruled for a very short period of time from 444 BCE to 440 BCE. After Arunda, Munda came to throne and Munda killed his own father Arunda, and he also ruled for a very short period of time from 440 BCE to 437 BCE. After that, his son Nagdashak also killed his own father Munda. and he ruled from 437 BCE to 413 BCE. Purana named him as Darshak. Nag Dashak had appointed Shishunag as his Amatya or minister for the region of Kashi. Shishunag plans and the people revolt against Nag Dashak as he is said to be childless. Through the revolt of his people, Shishunag replaced Nag Dashak to the throne of Magadha. Nag Dashak ruled Magadha for 24 years. Thus, Haryanka dynasty came to end with the establishment of Shishunag dynasty in 413 BCE. And in the next video, we will talk about Shishunag dynasty and the beginning of Nandas. Thanks for watching.